everyone, this is Sasha bringing you a video tutorial today from BP for You. Today we're going to be talking about the effects panel. So here we have two different things that we can do in the effects panel. We can add a post-crop vignette or some grain. So let's go with the vignette first. So if I pull this to the right, it's going to lighten my edges and I'm going to get the opposite of a vignette effect, which actually works really well in this case because it kind of gives it a dreamy look. As you can see, she's on the carousel and it looks really good like that. Or we could pull it to the left here and we could get a vignette effect. Let's pull it back this way. So you can see here that we also have this midpoint, and so we can make it more towards the edges, or we could make it come in more towards the center. We're going to go just a little in towards the edges. Now here we have a roundness. This makes it more round, and this makes it more flat. So I like mine round. Here we can feather it. So if you feather it, you are making it look softer. It's going to fade and blend in more to the picture. If we take the feather away, you can see the lines get really hard. So I'm going to feather this one quite a bit. And for this one, we can't add highlights. Now, if you can add some highlights here, you can pull that up and it would brighten the whites in your photo. We have different styles we can do here too. So here's a color priority. And so we have this that we can add as well. And if we pull this over to the black side, we get the highlights. And so you can see here that as I pull up the highlights, our highlights just get a little bit brighter in the middle. And then we have this paint overlay, and you can see that it made the style of the vignette look just a little bit different than the one that we used the color priority for. You can, if you watch, you can see that it changes. And so there isn't really a difference between highlight and color, but you can see the difference here within the paint. So if you have set this and you decide that you don't like it, you can hold down your Alt key, Option on a Mac, and you can see that post-crop vignette changes to reset post-crop vignette, and you can click on that and all your sliders will return to the middle. So here we have the grain panel, and this is pretty easy to use. Let's zoom in here. So the more that we pull this over, the more grain that we're going to get. Here's our size. We can decide how big that we want the grain to get or how small that we want the grain to get. By default, it's set to 25. And here we have the roughness. So we can make it not as rough or we can make it super rough. And by default, it's set to 50. So more realistically, I would probably use this right around maybe in here, on a nicely done black and white photo for kind of a vintage sort of look or a high ISO look. To see the before and the after of either one of these effects, you can simply click on this Turn Effects On and Off button. And you can see, especially up in here, I can see that my grain has disappeared and reappeared again. And up close, you can see the before and the after of that effect. And again, if I hold down my Alt or my Option key, I can click on Reset Grain and all my sliders will return to their original positions. So thank you for watching this video tutorial. Happy editing!